I don't think this film can be categorized as good or bad. I think the originality and the creativity that's behind this film deserves a conversation. That's just my opinion. In fact, I believe this is Ryan Coogler's Get Out film. I don't know why the world I'm here. 2025 Sinners is written and directed by Ryan Coogler. It is described as a supernatural horror.
I'm trying to figure out the best way to describe it because it's sometimes described as horror, but I think if you say horror, you're really missing what is happening in this movie.
After viewing the film, I classify it as a theatrical think piece and allegory. A think piece is defined as a piece of writing meant to be thought-provoking and speculative that consists chiefly of background material and personal opinion and analysis. As stated previously, this film was written by Ryan Coogler. Like most things created by authors, filmmakers, artists, etc., parts of the creator can be found in their work.
I was introduced to the blues by my uncle, who was from Mississippi, and I would play that music after he passed away because when I missed him, and I would feel like I was conjuring his spirit. This movie was just an incredible opportunity for me to explore, all the things that I loved, all of my greatest fears, and to work with just some incredible people, man. Actors who I always dreamed of working with, and then actors who I didn't know were in my future.
I left this film with so many thoughts and questions. In no way is this just a vampire film with Black people.
You say fable, I say allegory. It's the same deal. That's part of his gift as a director.
Allegory is defined as a story, poem, or picture that can be interpreted to reveal a hidden meaning, typically a moral or political one. This film has lots of subtext and symbolism, many of which I can see and still not understand. And that is what this video is about. I want to talk about what I saw, what it made me think, how it made me feel, all while asking you, what does it mean? Welcome back, y'all, to Theater Threads. It's your girl, Vi. Here I talk about all things film, television, and theater. I watch the good, the bad, and the allegorical. This episode is about 2025's Sinners. Let me start off by saying that I am a huge Michael B. Jordan fan, and those that know me know how much that is true. I love the collab between him and Ryan Coogler. It reminds me of growing up seeing Denzel Washington and Spike Lee. However, the character that stands out to me in this film is Miles Canton. Both his speaking voice and his singing, along with his facial expressions and movement, was awesome. I looked forward to seeing him every time he was on screen. He was the breakthrough or the breakout performance for me personally. I look forward to seeing what he does moving forward. And I hope that this film opens up doors for him. A little Snapple fact.
Once I turned about 16 years old, I started touring with the artist Her, and she became like a big sister to me. And at the end of the tour, she gave me a call and she said, little bro, I got this role that I think you might be good for. And I took the role not knowing what to expect. I sent in the audition and I got a call back and they wanted me to do it.
This film story is set in the 1930s Southern U.S. It showed characters who were white, Black, mixed race, Chinese, Irish, and Native American, each experiencing their own unique struggles, highs and lows. But when representation matters, when casting and race matters in a film, what did this mean? The Native Americans knew about the vampire's existence and tried to kill it, while having a white character threaten to kill them if they didn't leave. That let me know the awareness the Native Americans had of the supernatural, which makes sense because though their beliefs are diverse and vary across tribes, they do share a belief in a great spirit or creator, often surrounded by pantheon of lesser spirits and deities. They also have an importance for traditions and sharing knowledge. I say all that to say, as long as there have been vampires, once the Native Americans were made aware, each generation was told. So is that why Native Americans were cast in this scene? Let me know your thoughts. Haley Steinfeld's character, Mary, was technically mixed, given her mom's dad was a Black man. She could pass for white and did so while loving the Black community. She also married white, even though she was in love with a Black man. She did not advertise her mixed race, and the Black community were aware and still accepted her. Pretty much what's understood doesn't need to be explained. So was her character merely a romantic doomed lover subplot, or was passing a subplot or subtext within itself? Am I looking at something that's not there? Am I giving it more meaning than I need to? Let me know your thoughts. The Chow family was a Chinese family who owned a grocery store in town. The only Chinese people I saw in the film. Clearly accepted and part of the Black community by their interactions and comfortability. What did their presence represent and say, though? Was it to show that they were present at that time? To show how community of others can look when working together? Am I missing something? Am I making more of a deal than it really is? Let me know your thoughts. When the setting of the story is the 1930s South, there are blacks and whites and racism. So not much to question there. Not even the presence of the triple Ks. But the vampire being Irish, that was interesting, especially when he spoke about his immigrant upbringing. Was this to bring the blacks to his side by comparing the black and Irish struggle and showing commonality to make them believe that being a vampire, adding numbers, would bring a better life? Is there something I'm missing? Because I know it means something. I just can't quite put my finger on it. So, let me know your thoughts down below. I believe the guitar given to Sammy by his cousin Stack symbolized family and family trauma. At first, Sammy was told the guitar belonged to a famous musician won in a card game, to later being revealed that it belonged to his uncle, Smoke and Stack's father. Sammy had a passion for music that his preacher father didn't have nor could understand. We don't learn much about the twins' father except he was abusive, and his brother, Sammy's dad, didn't have a relationship with him. There is a conversation with Stack and Sammy where Sammy states that he was never abused, revealing that perhaps the trauma of physical abuse stops at the twins, but revealing that it is in the family. So perhaps the abuse Sammy goes through is mental, because his father tries to keep Sammy from music, Juke Joints, and his cousins, believing that's the devil. Sammy refuses to give up the guitar, and I think it means more than just giving up his passion for music. It is revealed that when he plays, he rips the seal between the living and the dead. So does this mean that he is the link between his ancestors and the future of his family, without the abuse? The guitar did save his life, and he repaired it. I feel there is symbolism here, but once again, I can't quite put my finger on what that is. So if you have any thoughts, write it down below. The film's protagonists being twin brothers and cousins felt personal. There was love, support, and a sense of protection and guidance there. Things that are formed with friends with time and situations, whereas with family, it's usually inherited. Knowing they were family, some things didn't need explanation, and some conversations with exposition could flow. But is there more to it? I'm pretty sure this wasn't a reason to allow Michael B. Jordan to showcase his acting range. Or was it? Let me know your thoughts. Last but not least, why vampires? Vampires have typically been an allegory for homosexuality, but not in this film. So what was the meaning behind vampires? So vampires are known to take life through blood. So did that mean the vampires were a symbolism to Black lives being taken and consumed by others? The vampire in charge, Remick, who was played by Jack O'Connell, was called to Sammy when he heard him play. So was he trying to steal his talents like most vampire music execs, film execs, etc.? Or is this just a film about vampires? Let me know your thoughts. So I didn't touch on the two romantic subplots, which I loved, by the way. But if you would like me to, just let me know. And if there's enough interest, I'll do that. And if you guys want to be a part of that, I can create a Zoom link and we can have a table discussion about it, because there's definitely a lot to unpack there as well. Big shout out to Mr. Ryan Coogler for his first film that is all his own. It's not a biopic. It's not a comic book film. It's not even a franchise continuation. This is all him. I don't think this film can be categorized as good or bad. The originality and the creativity that's behind this film deserves a conversation. That's just my opinion. In fact, I believe this is Ryan Coogler's Get Out film, if that makes any sense to you.
What if any of your characters were, as far as what they represented?
No.
No.
And that's the beauty of it.
I agree.
That's the beauty of it.
Oh,
He's not spoon feeding. He's not
At
saying,
all.
man, I think. No, he's leaving us. He's setting up he's putting us in the arena. He's saying, this is the game. These are the rules. This is the
Rules of
game.
the game. Play.
Have at it.
That's
Play.
it. Play.
You say fable, I say allegory. It's the same deal. I mean, similar deals, right? That's part of his gift as a director.
I look forward to hearing what you guys think about this film. Whether you agree with me or not, please let me know in the comments below. I am waiting to have this conversation. So keep me posted to what you guys think about this film. If you guys stuck with me this long into the video, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I hope you come back. I also want to remind you guys to like, share, and subscribe, because there's definitely going to be plenty more to come. And T.T.F.N. Ta-ta for now.